earth, fire, wind, water. By your powers combined, this is Sorcery Contested Realm. Sorcery Contested Realm, it's a bistro. Gonna take his starter pass to Mill Bro. Gonna help them cast and conjure minions who like to run up on ya. You'll pay for this, avatars of elements. We play TCGs. You should play them too, cause tapping them cards is the thing to do. Hating like a trick is not the way. Hear what For Your Games has to say. Believe in the hearts of the cards. Dun, dun. Shout out to Louis of Kitchen Table TCG. Doesn't know what Captain Planet is. Come on, son. Anyway, today we're going to take a look at the cards of Sorcery Contested Realm. As I'm shooting this, the Kickstarter is at 985K, about 15,000 shy of a million. And 17 days to go. And this is a game by Eric Olofsson and Nicholas Reynolds. I'm pretty sure I'm going to use this same intro when I do a video a little later about a proper how to play. But today, we're just going to look at the cards. So, in this game, we've got, these are the sites, which are basically lands. The sites have two things pretty much going on with them. Okay, so the game is played, I'll give you a little background. But the game is pretty much played on a 5x4 grid. You put your avatar, whichever avatar you choose for the game, you'll put them on the middle space, the middle square that's closest to you on the 5x4 grid. And the avatar, you would basically tap this avatar in order to either play a site. To either play a site or draw a site from your site deck, draw it into your hand, or play one down. Or I'm pretty sure you can tap the avatar in order to draw a card from your other deck. You got two decks in the game, so you've got your pretty much your deck with your minions and everything, your minions and your spells, and then you got a separate deck of sites, aka lands, much like the game Force of Will that I love. Okay, so pretty much we got the sites, and the sites have little powers or whatever. So we'll start with the first one, Genesis, which is basically for the Magic players, and Enter the Battlefield effect. Genesis is basically whenever this card comes into play, then you get this ability. So Genesis right here on Holy Ground, an exceptional site of spiritual strength, just flavor text. But Genesis, nearby allies gain +1 power until end of turn. Okay, and the whole reason I was singing the Captain Planet was because the elements in the game are earth, fire, wind, water. You get it? All right. Okay, let's run through the sites. Let's give a little bit more background on the game. There's minions, and yeah, it says so right here. Tap, play, or draw a site. And at the beginning of your turn, you just draw either a card at the beginning of your turn. You draw either a card from this deck or this deck, the side deck or the main deck. Okay, let's just flip through the cards for right now. I'll get into that later. But okay, so this one, Humble Village. Yeah, kind of messed these up. But Humble Village, and these are the symbols. Pretty much everything is a triangle symbol. Go to this triangle symbol. But the water is an upside down triangle, just pure blue. Fire is a straight up red, straight up triangle. And then wind is a brown triangle with a slash in it. And wind is another triangle with another slash in it, straight up. But so we've got an elemental threshold, which this site right here provides an elemental threshold of earth. Now, some sites do not provide the elemental threshold, I believe. Yeah, we'll get into that later. But alright, anyway, Genesis, summon a 1 power foot soldier token here. Okay. Basically, as soon as it's played into the battlefield. Genesis, nearby ground minions are disabled until the start of your next turn. Genesis, summon a 1 power foot soldier. That again. Secret Tunnel, your minions that unburrow may do so here. Unburrow is when you put a card under a site. Well, I mean, burrow is when you put a card under a site. Same guy. Okay, Genesis, you need two Earth Elemental Threshold to do this Genesis, which is slide a surrounding site to an adjacent void. And on the battlefield, basically voids are squares without a site on them. So that's what you call void. Some cards have Void Walk, most do not. Quagmire, giggity giggity. Sounds like a Rudy right there. Alright, Genesis, nearby ground minions are disabled until the start of your next turn. Alright, that's pretty much all the Earth sites right there. And then we'll do all the sites, then go into the main deck cards. Okay, River of Flame. Big old flaming, tortured, hellish souls. Okay, cast 2 fire spells on your turn. Shift this river to avoid anywhere in the realm. And then I think it provides 2 fire elements right there. Cornerstone, an exceptional site to be a good foundation. Alright, this cornerstone may be placed on a corner void. Yeah, see, this is what I was talking about. This is one of the sites that does not provide an elemental threshold. No kind of fire symbol anywhere on that card. Freaky 3D art right there. It's weird. Because most of everything in the game is hand painted, but this one has like some kind of 3D art, which is different. Alright, Arid Desert provides 1 elemental threshold of fire. And Genesis, when it ETBs, this desert may deal 1 damage to a nearby minion or site. Shifting Sands, 1 elemental threshold, Genesis, until end of turn. Minions summoned here gain haste. Just like magic, haste is you can attack as soon as you enter the battlefield. Otherwise, minions and avatars, they have summoning sickness. Well, really, your avatar should always be out there, pretty much. That's your avatar, that's your lifeline. So, like, this avatar will start the game with 20 health. Then you'll be playing against whatever your opponent's avatar's life is. Pretty much your J ruler right here, your commander right here, basically. Yeah, not your commander, but you know, something like that, something like a commander. Okay, Genesis, this desert may deal 1 damage to a nearby minion or site. Same thing again. I think you can have 3 or 4 ofs in a site deck. Okay, Arid Desert, same thing. Shifting Sands. I think we kind of saw all these. Okay, this one right here. Vesuvius, a uniquely volatile site on the verge of calamity. Provides 1 elemental threshold, provides 1 element, but with 3 elemental threshold, Vesuvius may be sacrificed to deal 3 splash damage on nearby sites. So this right here could actually destroy other nearby sites by giving 3 damage to them. Sites can be destroyed to your opponents, or maybe even yours too. Alright, that's pretty much all of those. And then let's go into the wind sites. Updraft Ridge. Genesis, nearby airborne minions gain +2 movement until the end of turn. Flying airborne. Lone Tower. Genesis, gain 1 mana until end of turn. Cloud City. 2 wind threshold. Once during your turn, you may move this city to an adjacent void. Dark Tower, Genesis, gain 1 mana until end of turn. Gothic Tower, Genesis, gain 1 mana until end of turn. Observatory, Genesis, look at the top 3 spellbook cards and put them back on top in any order. Scry. Mountain Pass, grounded minions can't traverse this pass if there is one here already. Bottomless Pit, only airborne minions can traverse this site. And updraft minions, we already did that one. And then to the last site stack. These are the water sites. Floodplain provides 1 water threshold, 1 water element, whatever. This site directly in front of floodplain is also a water site. A lot of sites have like water walk, wind walk, fire walk, and earth walk. Okay, Summon River, Genesis, look at the top spellbook card. Look at your top spellbook card. You may put it at the bottom. Scry. Autumn River, Genesis, look at the top spellbook card, put it on the bottom. Spring River, look at the top spellbook card, you may put it on the bottom. Undertow, Genesis, drag a minion in this body of water to this site. Oh. Okay, Tadpole Pool provides 1 water element, and then with a 3 water element threshold, Genesis, this card will allow you to summon 3 0 power frog tokens here. Tokens, you know, tokens, they'll just come through. Tokens, little cards, they'll come through. They're and they look to be 0 defense, 0 attack, but they have submerged frog tokens. All right, on to this. Leviathan Island provides 1 water element, and with a huge 6 threshold of water, this island can defend itself with the power of 12 until defeated once. That's crazy. All right, so that's all for the sites right there, and then let's get into the main decks, starting with the Earth. Okay, so this is a cost to summon this card, to Genesis this card, to get it into the board. It would cost you 3 mana, which, okay, I didn't say this, but sites provide mana. So every site is going to give you 1 mana. And then the elemental threshold, you've also got to reach to play certain cards. Like this one would need 3 mana and 1 earth. So you got to have all that to play the card. And then this Dalcian Phalanx has a 5 power, 5 defense, and of course it's got some card text with it. Onward, exceptional mortals. This Phalanx dies without dealing damage back if attacked from flank or rear. Flank is the side, rear, you know. It can only attack on the same site and forward. Okay, so it doesn't have the counter attack if that condition is not met or whatever. And this is another 3 cost mana and a 1 earth threshold. Autumn Unicorn, 4 power, 4 toughness, 4 attack, 4 defense rather. An ordinary unicorn holds its ground with just flavor text on the bottom, no kind of special card ability. Belmont Longbowman, 3/2. 3 costs, 2 attack, 2 defense. Range +1. Range is like, you know, you can hit stuff 1 tile away, like +1. Like, so normally you can hit stuff that's adjacent to you. Front, back, left, right, north, south, east, west. But with the range, you could actually hit things 2 adjacent from you. +1 from the normal range. Okay, now this one is a 4 mana, 3 earth threshold, and 3 power, 3 toughness. Iron Skin, which I believe is you've gotta hit that with twice its defense in order to kill it. So to kill this guy, you would need to hit it with 6 power. Okay, these wanderers can move to a void, which is normally you can't step on any square without a sight on it, but these guys can. These guys can step into the void. These wanderers can move to a void, carrying their sight with them as they move. Okay, that's super powerful. That's why I like it costs so much elemental threshold, right? Already read them. Autumn Unicorn, read you. Cave Trolls, 2 mana with 2 earth threshold, 3 power, 3 toughness with burrowing, which means it can go under a site. You tap it to let it go under a site, then it can start. Then it can unburrow by tapping. Tap one turn. Tap is turn it 90 degrees, which will spin your action of using this guy for the turn. So the Amazon Warriors, 5 cost, 5 mana with 1 earth, 6 power, 6 toughness with no special text. Okay, that was enough of the earth. Now let's go into the fire avatar. Put that there. Fire avatar, 20 life with 1 attack, 1 defense. I didn't go into that with the earth. Yeah, same thing. So tap her, play or draw a site. Tap, discard a fire site. You may move 1 step. Cast firebolts for free. Okay, nice. And then I didn't read that, but you gain +1 attack power for each nearby earth site. It's cool. Everybody has asymmetric powers, the avatars. Right, yeah, let's get into this. Fireball, 4 mana, 1 fire threshold, and then it's got a lot of crazy text at the bottom. Exceptional magic and straightforward destruction. Okay, your spellcaster launches a... Spellcasters can be certain minions can spellcast, but all avatars can spellcast. Your spellcaster launches a fireball that travels in a cardinal direction from your spellcaster. It explodes when it hits an enemy, dealing splash damage. Cardinal, I think it's straightforward, but I gotta define cardinal. I'm sure it's in there, but I'm not even looking. But I think on these adjacent hexes or whatever, on these adjacent squares, that's how much damage it'll do. That's what it looks like to me. Then we got Wayfaring Pilgrim, 3 mana, 2 fire threshold, 1 power, 1 toughness. Spellcaster. Yeah, so this particular minion can spellcast. And then whenever you spellcast something, whenever you cast a spell or conjure a spell, you're gonna have to designate which spellcaster is casting it if you have multiple spellcasters out. Okay, when this pilgrim traverses a different corner of the realm for the first time, draw a spell. Okay, 2 mana, 2 fire, 3 power, 3 toughness, Rimland Nomads, fire immunity, movement +1. So immune to fire, and then it can move, like normally you can move 1 square and that's adjacent, but she can move 2 squares adjacent. Alright, Ogre Goons, 3 mana, 1 fire, 4/4. These goons must attack an enemy minion if able, so they can't just be defenders if they want to be. 4 mana, 2 fire, flash fire. An exceptional aura of persistent destruction. Conjure near your spellcaster. Near, I'm sure is adjacent. No, okay, nearby is it can be diagonal or adjacent. That's nearby. This flash fire deals 4 splash damage whenever it traverses. So I guess wherever it moves through, it deals 4 splash damage. At the start of your turn, it moves to an adjacent, previously unburned site. If it can't move, discard it. Use markers to keep track of burned sites. Okay, that sounds cool. This is like a spell that moves, it sounds like, through turns. That seems like something new to me as a gamer. It sounds pretty cool. Card gamer. Alright, Ancient Dragon. Big old 7 mana dragon with 2 fire threshold, 5/5. Airborne. Okay, let's read it. An elite dragon rules with fear and flame. Airborne, flying, range +1, splash damage. 5 splash damage, that seems tough. Alright, then we got Rollicky Dragonettes, 5 mana, 2 fire, 3/3. Exceptional dragons destined to rule with airborne. And at the end of your turn, these dragonettes launch 3 bolts, each traveling in any cardinal direction. I'm sure cardinal is straight, but really should define it, but we'll see. When they hit an enemy, they each deal 1 splash damage. 3 mana, 2 fire threshold, Petrosian Cavalry, 3/3 with haste. Drums of Doom, 5 mana. If a nearby minion is targeted by a spell or ability or takes damage, kill it. And I'm sure that these decks are pretty much what's gonna be the 4 decks you get in Kickstarter, unless they change something. But that's what I would think. Okay, Wayfaring Pilgrim, 3 mana, 2 fire, 1/1 spellcaster. When this pilgrim traverses a different corner of the realm for the first turn, draw a spell. Corners, I think, are not the adjacent sides, but the corners, the diagonal sides of a square. I believe. I could be wrong. Rattlesnakes, 2 mana, 2 fire threshold, 1/1, burrowing, and lethal. So, you know, lethal, as soon as it hits you one time, you're gonna die. Unless you're like invincible or something. Minor explosion, 3 mana, 2 fire threshold, ordinary yet volatile magic. And like so far, I don't see anything that indicates that this is a spell or conjuration or whatever. But it looks like these are going to be the cards that get played and go straight to the discard pile rather than things that exist on the battlefield. But ordinary yet volatile magic. Choose a center site of this explosion up to 2 sites away from your spellcaster. Deal splash damage. The spellcaster takes no damage from this explosion. So do 3 to that center tile, it looks like, or the center tile from wherever you're casting it at. And then 2 there, 1/1, 2/2, 1/2, 1. Wow. Fireball, I think we read that already. Willow the Wisp, 1 mana, 1 fire, 1/1. Airborne and Voidwalk. An exceptional spirit flares up and disappears. Okay, Airborne, of course, it's a flying thing, and Voidwalk, which it doesn't have to be on a site to walk through a square. After combat, this wisp may teleport to a nearby void location. That's wrong. Yeah, okay, Rimland Nomads, I think we read those. Yeah, I think we get, okay, let's read these Harpies. Clamor Harpies, 4 mana, 2 fire, 3/3. Exceptional mythics on a feeding frenzy. Yeah. Airborne, Genesis, ETB. Carry a weaker minion from anywhere in the realm to these Harpies' site. If that minion is an enemy, these Harpies attack it. Get a free attack with the Harpies. That's cool. Heat Ray, 2 mana, 1 fire. Ordinary magic to keep enemies in line. Deal 2 splash damage in a line in any cardinal direction from your spellcaster. Yeah, so 2 and 4 squares looking like that's ruthless. Rattlesnakes, 2 mana, 2 fire threshold, 1/1, burrowing and lethal. Minor explosion, think we did that. Incinerate, 5 mana, 1 fire. Ordinary magic in these draconic realms. Deal 5 splash damage on a site near your spellcaster or dragon. Wicked. Okay, Bull Demons of Adam, 5 mana, 1 fire, 3/3. Exceptional Demon Beast of Charging Rage, Haste, Iron Skin, and Movement +1. Sacred Scarabs, 2 mana, 1 fire, 1/1. Ordinary Beast of Eruptive Retribution. Airborne, on death, these scarabs explode, dealing splash damage. 3 in the center, 2 on the flank, 1's on the diagonal, and 2's on the up and down. Quarrelsome Kobolds, 4 mana, 2 fire, 3/3. Exceptional monsters raise a ruckus here. At the end of your turn, these kobolds must deal damage equal to their power to another adjacent minion or themselves. Okay. Might hurt yourself doing that. Infernal Legion, 6 mana, 3 fire threshold, 6/6, and Elite Undead Army in Flames. Fire immunity, splash damage, and at the end of your turn, this Legion deals 1 damage on nearby sites. So try to get over where the opponent is with these guys. Would be crazy like if they have Voidwalk. Cerberus in Chains. That's that 3-headed dog or 2-headed dog. Cerberus in Chains, 4 mana, 2 fire, 5/5. An exceptional demon on a short leash. This Cerberus is chained to the site where it was summoned and can't move further than adjacent locations. Like that in Mario 64. Unleash it if the site moves or leaves the realm. Yeah, unleash it. Perfect. Kujo. Alright, Sandworm, 4 mana, 1 fire, 5/5. An ordinary beast senses vibration here. Burrowing and firebound. So like if it's not on fire, like if it's not on a fire site, then it's gonna die, I believe. Firebound. Yeah. This worm can move while burrowed. So, oh yeah, sandworm, yeah, Dune. So it can travel while under. That's cool. While burrowed, that's cool. Raw Drumdery. Dropping stuff. Alright, 1 mana, 1 fire threshold, 2/2. An ordinary and superbly indifferent beast. That Camel just doesn't care. It's just gonna smoke its life away. Joe cool. Major Explosion. Okay, this one is wicked. Okay, Major Explosion. 7 mana, 2 fire threshold. Elite magic of tremendous destruction. Choose a center site of this explosion in a cardinal direction from your spellcaster. Deal splash damage. The spellcaster takes no damage from this explosion. All kind of mana. So all kind of damage. So 7 at the center, 5 on the flanks, 2 on the next flanks. Pretty much same thing going up and down. And then we got 3 on those corners. And then we got 1 pretty much surrounding the other corners. Right? Clamor Harpies again, Sandworm again. Alright, there's enough fire. Going into the wind. Avatar of Wind. 20 health, 1/1. Tap, play, or draw a site. Once on your turn, if you're on a wind site, you may fly to a nearby site. Nice. Yeah, gonna kind of expedite going through these ones. But 1/1 with the wind. Sling Pixies, 1/1, airborne, range +1. These Pixies are immune to minions with power 4 or greater. Cloud Spirit, 2 mana, 1 wind, 2/2, airborne, movement +2. Yeah, like, and these are going to be wind, so they're going to get a lot of movement. 4 mana, 2 wind, thunderstorm. An exceptional aura, strikes with impunity. Yeah, let's read this one, then I'm going to skip over some of these. Conjure at the intersection of 4 locations, of which at least 1 is a wind site. It enters play with 3 counters on it. So intersections are like, you know, where like a square is, and then the square meets another square. The intersection is the border of 2 squares. Yeah, simple enough. At the end of your turn, remove a counter. This thunderstorm deals 3 damage to an enemy on an affected site. Excess damage is dealt to the site the target is on. When this thunderstorm has no counters on it, dispel it and discard it. Got Kite Archer, 2 mana, 1 wind, 1/1. An exceptional mortal, hits and runs, range +2. At the end of your turn, this archer may move to an adjacent site. Oh yeah, that guy's gonna be hard to deal with. Plume Pegasus, 3 mana, 1 wind, 3/3, with airborne. Blink, not from X-Men Age of Apocalypse Blink, but 2 mana, 2 wind. An ally teleports to a site near them, draw a spell. Gyre Hippogriffs, 6 mana, 2 wind, 4/4, airborne and haste. 7 mana, 3 wind, nightmare, 5/5, with void walk. And when this nightmare traverses a location, other nearby minions except demons, spirits, and undead move one step away. Gives them nightmares. Apprentice Wizard, 3 mana, 1 wind, 1/1. Spellcaster. Genesis, draw a spell. Spectral Stalker, 2 mana, 2 wind, 3/3, Voidwalk. Doomsday Device, a unique relic of impending doom. Wow, that thing does 20 in the center tile. Let's read this. This device enters the realm with 3 counters on it. At the start of your turn, remove a counter. If it has no counters, it detonates, dealing splash damage. It deals no damage if burrowed or submerged. Submerged is burrowed underwater. Yeah, so 20 in the center, 7 on the flank, 3 on the outer flank. Same thing up and down. 4's on the corners and 1 is on the corners. Snow Leopard, 1 mana, 1 wind, 2/2. No extra text. Cloud Spirit, 2 mana, 1 wind, 2/2. Airborne, movement +2. Devil's Egg. Devil's Egg, that's funny. 3 mana. At the start of your turn, the controller of the site this egg is on loses 2 life. Midnight Rogue, 2 mana, 1 wind, 2/2, lethal and stealth. Okay, first thing, Chain Lightning. Magic has a lot of Chain Lightning. An exceptional sequence of magic errors. This lightning deals 3 damage to an avatar or minion near your spellcaster. Near is that's adjacent or corners. You may pay the mana cost again to repeat this effect any number of times. The starting point must then be at the last target, and it would target another avatar or minion. Interesting. Thunderbolt. The Thunderbolt deals 3 damage to an avatar or minion anywhere in the realm. Excess damage is dealt to the site the target is on. 1 mana, 1 wind. Headless Hunt, 3 mana, 2 wind, 4/4. Voidwalk. At the start of your turn, teleport this hunt to a random location. Nimbus Den. Nimbus Gen. 6 mana, 2 wind, 3/3. Airborne. Spellcaster. Discard a spell, deal 3 damage to a nearby avatar or minion. Ball Lightning, 4 mana, 2 wind. Your spellcaster launches this ball in a cardinal direction. It deals 6 damage to the first avatar or minion it hits. Excess damage carries on to whatever it hits next here or on the following sites. Spectral Stalker, 2 mana, 2 wind, 3/3, Voidwalk. Grandmaster Wizard, 7 mana, 2 wind, 0/0, Spellcaster. Genesis, draw 3 spells. And Snow Leopard. Alright, moving on to the Water faction. 20 life on the avatar of Water, 1/1. Tap, play, or draw a site. You may move to water sites you play. The site you're on is also a water site, so that's pretty effective. Right, and Tide Naiads, never heard of that word. Okay, Tide Naiads, 2 mana, 2 water, threshold, 2/2, submerge, which is again burrow underwater. These Naiads can surface anywhere in the body of water they are in. Cool. 1 card. Coral Reef Kelpie, 3 mana, 1 water, 3/3, submerge. Frost Nova, 3 mana, 1 water. Exceptional magic of explosive cold. Deal splash damage around your spellcaster. Freeze minions damaged by this Nova until the start of your next turn. So I guess nothing in the center, but 3 all surrounding it, that square. Riptide, 2 mana, 1 water. Ordinary magic to trap the unwary. Pull an avatar or minion to a water site adjacent to them. Draw a spell. Tide Naiads again. 5 mana, 1 water, 3/3. When this bullfrog attacks an enemy minion for the first time, it instead swallows that minion and keeps it in its belly until it leaves the realm. Okay, so you're basically putting a minion in exile until this guy's defeated. That's wild. Flood, 4 mana, 1 water, and exceptional aura of severe overflow. Conjure at the intersection of 2 or 4 locations. So the intersection of 2 locations is just the border of 2 squares. Now the intersection of 4 locations is the 4 corners of 4 squares. So conjure at the intersection of 2 or 4 locations, of which at least 1 is a water site. And affected sites are water sites and only provide water threshold but keep other abilities. Okay. Polar bears, 2 mana, 2 water threshold, 3/3, and an ordinary beast of extreme latitudes. These bears can move between sites at the top and bottom edges of the realm as if they were adjacent. Okay, that's cool. They kind of got like, they can move across the board. Crazy. Swamp buffalo, 1 mana, 1 water, 2/2. An ordinary beast of ponderous proportions. This is like that thing from Fraggle Rock. Love some Fraggle Rock. Okay, Ice Lance, 3 mana, 1 water. Exceptional magic of cold precision. Deal 3, 2, and 1 damage to avatars and minions in a line from your spellcaster. Okay, like instead of saying cardinal direction, they're just saying line that time. What's that about? Ice Lance. Dodge roll, 0 cost. 2 water threshold, ordinary quick and nimble magic. An ally in harm's way moves to an adjacent location. Cancel attacks, spells, and abilities targeting it. That's like the first negate I think we've seen. Yeah. Then we got, quick. There are quick spells in the game, and nothing really said quick on. Well, I mean it said quick, but anyway. All right, pirate ship, 3 mana, 1 water, 5/5, waterbound, which means it has to be on water, and if the water disappears, then this card dies. Swamp buffalo again. 4, 2 water, and Nui Undyne, 0/0. An exceptional spirit of Seaborn synergy. This Undyne gains +1 power for each site of a body of water she's in. Okay. Mother Nature, 7 mana, 3 water, 3/3, and it's immobile. Once per turn, when you summon a minion nearby, draw a spell. Sedge crabs, 1 mana, 1 water, 2/2, iron skin. These crabs can only move sideways. So flavorful. Wrath of the Sea, 7 mana, 2 water. Elite magic of a sudden and mighty deluge. Sites near water also become water sites until end of turn. Submerge all minions and relics on water sites. Minions without submerge ability die if they are submerged. Nice. It's like an insta kill for a lot of stuff. Deep Sea Mermaids, 3 mana, 2 water, 2/2, submerge. Genesis, draw a spell from the bottom of your spell book. So you can kind of scry it and put it there and get what you want. Marine Voyage, 1 mana, 1 water. And ship your allies in 1 body of water any way you like. Okay, ship them, send them that way. Sea Serpent, 4 mana, 1 water, 5/5, submerge and waterbound. Man, I mean, a lot of unique cards so far that we're already getting. And the booster boxes are gonna be like a whole bunch of cards too. So 5 mana, 2 water, upwelling. Exceptional magic of fluid undoing. Return a site near your spellcaster and everything there to their owner's hands. But avatars are not returned, but are instead moved to the closest site. Deep Sea Mermaids again. Ice Lance again. Unland Angler, 5 mana, 2 water, 4/4, with Submerge and Waterbound. At the start of your opponent's turn, if this angler is submerged and there are no enemy minions here, a nearby enemy minion must move towards it. Enemy minions here are disabled. Disabled is probably you can't move or do anything. You probably get tapped down. That's what I'm guessing. Coral Reef Kelpie, Submerge 3, Guile Sirens, 3 mana, 2 water, 3/3. Submerge at the start of an opponent's turn. These sirens charm the closest enemy minion in a cardinal direction. That minion must move towards them if able. So that's what charm is. Make a move to you, like sirens would do. Sea Serpent, 4 mana, 1 water, 5/5. Submerge and Waterbound. Man, I keep thinking I'm coming to the end, but I keep seeing unique cards. Swan Maidens, 2 mana, 1 water, 2/2. Airborne and Submerge. Swan Maidens, so they can fly. This guy again. Briding Nag, Bullfrog. Drown. 3 mana, 1 water. Ordinary magic of sudden descent. Submerge a minion on a water site. Minions that are submerged but do not have submerged keyword die. Yeah, okay, so submerged. That's sick. Polar Bears. Yeah, we already read Polar Bears. Sunken Treasure, 2 mana, no water cost. Your opponent chooses one of your water sites as this treasure enters play. Submerge it there. When the bearer of this treasure surfaces, its controller draws 2 spells. Sacrifice this treasure. Okay. Yokai Kappas. 4 mana, 2 water, 3/3. Exceptional Demons of Fluid Trickery. Iron Skin. The site these Kappas occupy is also a water site. Captain Kappa Slappers. Diluvian Kraken. 7 mana, 3 water, 8/8. An elite monster of far-reaching terror. With Submerge, whenever this Kraken surfaces to attack, it may attack all nearby enemy minions simultaneously. Okay, that's a fool. Mega Amoeba, 3 mana, 3 water, 0/0. An elite monster expands its influence. This amoeba gains +1 power for each site it's visited. It continues to occupy those sites. Use markers to keep track of sites that have been visited. Tide Naiads. Maybe. Exceptional Mythics come crashing in. 2 mana, 2 water, 2/2. Submerge these Naiads can surface anywhere in the body of water they're in. Okay. I think that takes us to the beginning. I think. Yeah, looks like the beginning. All right. That, my friends, has been the cards that are out so far for Sorcery Contested Realm. 17 days left on the Kickstarter. I'll probably put this up. By the time I put this up, I think there'll be 16 days, and they might be well on their way to 1.5 million in funding. So I'll be back with a proper how to play. So stay tuned. For yo games. Peace. And I gotta do my signature. Tupac. That was really Tupac. But already, later.